You know what I'm saying?
You know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball. Yeah, I'm 10, 12 years in, I got 4 MVPs and 4 championships. Like, but do I still want to do this shit straight?
Coward.
We come to practice, he's on one leg. Like he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games. Like, and so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. It's right?
Yeah. And then I want to come back. Well, some people say, I'm going to go 22.
I twisted my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you know, twist your ankle, young fella. Come
like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit up? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out and y'all going through all the credit? I got to be there.
Come over and sit with me. You know, this is you need to. I said, no, man. I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. You know, I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to.
Kevin Durant just crossed a line that nobody saw coming on LeBron's podcast. He casually threw shade at Michael Jordan while LeBron sat there laughing. They thought nobody would call them out. They were wrong because Jordan's response didn't need words. It needed facts. And what he revealed will make you question everything you thought you knew about today's NBA superstars. Kevin Durant thought he was being clever. On LeBron James's own podcast in front of millions of fans, he dropped one little line that sounded like a joke, but everyone knew exactly who he was talking about. He said some players wake up one day and decide they want to go play baseball, then come back. Then with a smile on his face, he added that other players just go 22 straight years. LeBron started laughing. The camera caught it. They both knew what they were doing. They were taking a shot at Michael Jeffrey Jordan. In their world, the cool thing to do now is to question rings, clown the triangle offense, and roll their eyes at the old school, play every night mentality. On the surface, it looks like harmless barbershop talk. But once you put Jordan's actual story next to what they're saying, the whole conversation flips. Because the crazy part is this: Jordan doesn't have to say a single word to answer them. His career, his mentality, and the way the league still moves around his name in 2025 already gave them their answer. Let's start with that baseball jab, because that's where the disrespect really begins. Durant tosses the line out there like Jordan got bored of basketball and just went to try another sport for fun. That's the way greatness.
To have a long career, that's the goal, to be in the league for 20 years. I tell you, that's the goal.
You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% at all times. So, you know, if I burn out, I burn out.
You like the idea of Jordan coming up with the steal.
Oh, look at that. Just had it poked away, stolen by Jordan. Lojas down on the floor. It's loose to Humphries. The 40-year-old dives to the hardwood.
What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
To miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, you know, the fans are there to watch me. It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. You know, I never wanted to play. I want to impress that guy.
You know, it's all about winning championships and
Usual fans talk when they've only seen the memes. It ignores the one thing that changes everything. Jordan didn't walk away because he was tired of winning. He walked away because his father was murdered. In 1993, right after his third straight championship, Jordan lost James Jordan in a robbery. This wasn't some minor personal issue. This was the man who drove him to games, talked to him after wins and losses, and sat in the stands during those early Bulls runs. According to interviews from that time, Jordan and his father had always talked about baseball. It was a shared dream. So when he retired, he wasn't quitting. He was grieving. He was honoring his father's dream and trying to breathe again after 3 straight titles, the Dream Team summer, and the pressure of being the most famous athlete on the planet. When you understand that context, that little baseball joke hits a lot different. It stops being funny. It starts sounding lazy and honestly disrespectful. Meanwhile, let's talk about the moment Jordan walked away. He didn't leave after getting bounced in the first round. He didn't leave after a finals collapse. He stepped away after a three-peat. From 1991 to 1993, most basketball historians will tell you that was the greatest 3-year peak any player has ever had. 6 straight finals games where he averaged over 40 against the Suns, dominating both ends of the floor, carrying the league's popularity on his back. That is the run Durant and LeBron are casually reducing to a punchline on a wine podcast. Now look at who is laughing. Kevin Durant, the guy who lost to a 73-win Warriors team in 2016, then joined them. He went to a franchise that already had Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green in their absolute prime. A lot of people still call that the softest move in league history. After that, he forced his way out of Brooklyn. Then things got shaky in Phoenix, and suddenly that wasn't good enough either. Every time his situation stops looking perfect, he looks for the next out. LeBron James, for all of his greatness, has followed a similar pattern. When Cleveland's front office couldn't build fast enough, he took his talents to South Beach. When the Heat started aging and the cracks showed in 2014, he went back to Cleveland. When that partnership broke down, he left for Los Angeles. None of this is a secret.
All right, Laker Nerd asks, why is the triangle offense less utilized in today's game?
To try to run the triangle offense right now, it'd be very challenging just because how the game is played and also how defense is covering up everything.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
No defensive communication.
Why is ring culture so much more prevalent in the NBA than in other sports?
10 to shoot. Jake going right to the...
It's funny, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport and why it's the all be all.
It is all on the record and part of his story. So when those two, of all people, imply that Jordan quit by stepping away after a three-peat and his father's death, that is more than a casual shot. That is projection. Because here's the thing, Jordan never chased longevity. He chased dominance. He did not enter a season thinking, how do I keep my body fresh for year 20? He entered every year thinking, how do I destroy everyone in front of me for 82 games and 4 rounds of playoffs? He played 15 seasons total. In those 13 full seasons, he recorded 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, 5 league MVPs, 10 scoring titles, and 9 all-defensive first-team nods. That is almost a trophy per year, and not small awards either. Now put that against the combined careers of LeBron and Durant. Between them, they have nearly 40 seasons played. Depending on how you count injuries and partial years, that's roughly 3 times the total mileage Jordan had. And with all of that time, with super teams, modern medicine, and player empowerment, they reached 6 championships combined. 6 finals MVPs between them. Fewer scoring titles, fewer all-defensive honors, more years, less hardware. That is not slander. Those are just numbers. The deeper difference shows up when you zoom in on how they treated regular season games. When Jordan came into the league in 1984, he played all 82 games as a rookie. According to contemporary coverage from that era, more than 36 players went wire to wire that season. The league was more physical, travel was uglier, and teams were flying commercial. There was one trainer, maybe one strength coach. Back-to-backs were brutal, and yet players showed up. There is a famous story from that period. Jordan broke his foot and missed most of a season. Bulls management wanted him to sit the rest of the year so they could protect their investment and chase lottery odds. Jordan fought them, begged to play, and when he finally came back on a strict minutes restriction, he still demanded to be out there in the final minute of close games. In one game, with around 30 seconds left, he checked back in, against the front office's wishes, because he cared more about winning than a medical spreadsheet. That is not a man thinking about year 20. That is a man thinking about tonight's scoreboard. He talked often about the fan in the upper deck, the guy who worked all week just to afford one ticket. In one interview, Jordan said he never wanted that person to see him sit out just because he did not feel like playing. If he was physically unable, that was different. But if he could walk, he wanted to play. Compare that to the modern era that Durant and LeBron helped shape. We are now watching seasons where only a handful of players appear in all 82 games. We have superstars listed as out for rest, even on national TV nights. Fans pay hundreds of dollars for seats only to find out an hour before tip-off that the star they came to see is in street clothes. LeBron has played a full 82-game season once in over 20 years. That does not erase his greatness, but it does sit awkwardly next to his comments about why rings should not be the end-all, be-all, and why load management is just part of the game now. When the best player of a generation normalizes that mindset, it trickles down. Role players rest, young guys rest. The entire culture shifts from, how do I compete every night, to how do I coast until April? Jordan's standard did the opposite. When he was the face of the league, if you were healthy, you played. Guys dove on the floor. Larry Bird shredded his back, taking charges and diving into the stands. These players did not pace themselves for an abstract year 20. They knew that if they coasted, they would be embarrassed by the guy on the other side. There is another angle that makes all of this even more ironic. We are in a podcast era now. Former and current players have shows everywhere. To stand out, they need moments. They need clips that go viral. The easiest way to get that clip is to take a shot at legends. You do not have to prove you are better. You just have to say something wild. So you get episodes where ring culture is mocked, old school offenses are dismissed, and the greatest players ever become content instead of standards. Jeff Teague will have a story. Gilbert Arenas will have a rant. Now LeBron and Durant have their wine conversation. Meanwhile, Jordan is not recording 3-hour episodes every week. He is not live tweeting games, subtweeting his peers, or jumping on spaces. He does not need to. His response already happened when NBC decided to bring him back into the mix for their new NBA coverage. Out of every face on earth they could have chosen to help reintroduce their brand, they went straight to the same man LeBron and KD were low-key mocking. That tells you everything. Even after more than 2 decades in retirement, when the league needs credibility, needs weight, needs someone who still moves fans in every age bracket, they do not call LeBron first. They call Michael Jordan. His highlight reels still run every finals. His silhouette is still on shoes that sell out worldwide. His mentality still gets quoted by modern stars whenever they talk about competing the right way. That is the real answer to Durant's little baseball joke and to LeBron laughing in the background. Jordan does not have to sit in a studio and debate his legacy. He already did the work. He stacked the rings, showed up every night, played through pain, and carried the sport to a place where today's players are making money he never saw as an active player. So when Durant says the real goal is just to play 20 years and collect seasons, he is accidentally admitting how different the modern mindset is. Jordan's goal was to be undeniable, to make sure that decades later, you could not talk about basketball's greatest players without starting with his name. Mission accomplished. You can argue stat sheets, PER, advanced metrics, and all the rest. But at the end of the day, that podcast moment proves one thing. Even the guys taking shots at him are still living in his shadow. They are making content off his choices. They are framing their careers against his standard. And they still have to explain, in year 20, why his 6 rings in 13 full seasons feel heavier than everything they have done combined. If that is not a response, I do not know what is. If you think today's NBA has drifted too far from that play every night mentality, hit the like button so more real hoop heads see this. If you're tired of players clowning the legends who built the league, drop a comment and tell me where you stand in the Jordan versus modern era debate. And if you want more deep dives that go past the podcast clips and into the real stories behind the game, make sure you subscribe because this conversation is just getting started.